Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis, released in 1992, is one of my favorite games of all time, and a game I knew I had to know Death Run. Well, I guess I didn't have to. Maybe sorta wanted to. What the hell. If any game I was to know Death Run, it's definitely Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Being a Genesis guy and a big fan of the retro 16-bit 2D style Sonics, throwing no shade at the 3D ones, but the 2D ones from the Genesis era are without a doubt the best. Shout out to Maverick for being a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Shout out to Cameo Plays for being a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Shout out to Retro Bro for being a huge Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Sonic, just like Mario, is one of those super amazing, iconic, just Mount Rushmore characters of video games. Pac-Man, if you will. Big characters that when you ask someone to mention a video game character, some little old lady who doesn't even know about video games might just say Sonic, you know? He is video games, and he lived on far past the Sega Genesis. And the Sega's lifespan, for that matter. But enough fucking rambling, let's talk about Emerald Hill Zone before it's over. It's green, it's bright, it's blue with the waters, and it is home to the easiest first boss in video games ever. You can screw up on this boss so many damn times and still win, it's not even funny. Robotnik, terrible performance, terrible first stage boss, but this game is relatively easy. I consider it very easy, but it does have a slow progression from extremely easy to somewhat challenging, and at times, maybe even kind of hard for a new player. Quite possibly my favorite zone in any Sonic game ever. The chemical plant would have been a very tough go for me as a kid. When I first got here, the end boss and some of the later parts in this level gave me a real run for my money when I first got this game, and it did frustrate me to get past. After not a huge period of time, I would begin to destroy this level and every level afterwards, and eventually the game. But this level definitely put a kink in my armor, to say the least, when I first got here. Another thing I'm going to often mention as we go through this playthrough is the music in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is absolutely fantastic. I love video game music. It's not real music. I find it odd to put video game music on an iPad and walk around in your daily life. Some people do, to each their own. For me, I find that bizarre. But I really do love video game music, and Chemical Plant's music is among some of the very best of this game, and just overall, this level is just so badass. Just the weird pipes, the awesome city background, Tails chasing you, just flying with that blast processing aimlessly through these loops and bends, escaping the chemicals that apparently don't burn you like acid, but I don't know, you think Sonic would get some kind of cold or infection from, being in those chemicals, because they're unavoidable. Another thing I find really stupid, well, I'm rambling. You ever notice when these tubes actually go through the chemicals? You can actually drown when you're inside of the tube. It should be airtight. Isn't that the point of a tube? Anyways. Now, I'm pretty sure every person who's ever played Sonic growing up always talks about playing it with a sibling. And whether it was the younger sibling or the sister who didn't care about video games quite as much, in that case that would be me, she was older, but she would often sometimes play as Tails with me and attempt to keep up. Now, as a person playing Sonic, you can sort of move along slower and give the person playing Tails a fighting chance, and the two good players could actually play this game and make it look good. That's something I've never seen done, and I would love to see this game completed with two people playing, moving in unison, moving in sync, because it can be done. It would be very difficult, You'd literally have to like sit there and go, okay, spin dash, 1, 2, 3, go. But I would love to see even a near perfect double playthrough of this game, because obviously it's not designed as a 2-player game. The Tails is more or less an added feature than an actual 2-player option. But as we approached the end boss here at Chemical Plant, I'll talk about what makes it actually kind of tough. Is that you have to be pretty careful when fighting him, because you can easily fall into the chemical water. I don't know what to call it. Chemical ooze. I don't know. What kind of chemical is it? It's purple. Makes me want to look up like the... What is it? The stupid... What's the science chart again? I can't believe I forget that. Oh yeah, the periodic table. I guess apparently I'm going to take the time to look up what chemicals are like a bluish purple in the periodic table. I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. Oh, the shame to arrive with 99 rings. No big deal. I don't need free men anyways. Aquatic Ruin Zone is actually one of the most, I don't know, eye candy, great presentation, beautiful looking levels in the whole game, in my personal opinion. I don't know what it is. It's just there's like a light mixture of water, because it's not really a water level, right? Though it is. You know, you go the wrong course, you'll end up in the water. Myself, throughout the entire game of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I like to stay as high in levels as I can. I don't always go out of my way to do it, but I definitely aim to stay up as high as possible throughout all stages. It usually seems to be a little bit more challenging going that way, not in the actual difficulty. The path itself is easier and safer. It's just harder to obtain, because one slip and one fall will send you to a different path through the level, and then you miss your opportunity to find some cool bonus stuff, because there's always better stuff up top, in my opinion. You know, I guess I'll suggest this now. For anyone watching at this point in the playthrough, let me know your favorite zone in Sonic 2. Let me know your favorite zone in any Sonic game as well. Let me know both of those. So for me, I think it's probably Chemical Plant. That or Hilltop Zone. And we got the stress-inducing drowning music. I always loved the panic of that. As a kid, it drove me crazy. That is a very Sonic-related thing. That sound of drowning is horrifying. Like, it really causes panic and anxiety. Mission accomplished. Sega. Well done. Bum, 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 bum. Anyways, let's talk about the GamePro magazine rating. Let's do it. Graphics, 5 out of 5. This game is absolutely brilliant and beautiful for 1992 and by today's standards. I honestly think that goes without saying. This game's graphics, in my opinion, are actually highly underrated, and I know a lot of people give it its credit where the credit is due, because everyone says this game looks good, but I think not enough people mention it as very pretty 16-bit games, even that compared to the Super Nintendo. But here we got Boss 3, and another absolute scrub. This boss stinks. Robotnik, you're horrible. The easiest bloody boss in the world. He's almost as easy as the first levels. Like, I don't know. Yeah, he's slightly harder than the first level's boss. He is terrible. You suck, Robotnik. But what the hell, I didn't complete the rating. 5 out of 5 for graphics. Sound, 5 out of 5. Its sound effects are good. Its music is superb. So it's just a win across the board. Its controls are also fantastic. I cannot think of another game that only requires one button to play, and he still has 2 actions. He has jump and spin dash. That is it. Sometimes less is more. And in the case of Sonic, it's executed so perfectly well. Here we are in Casino Night Zone. What a badass level this is. I knew people who would just play to get to this level so they could just bounce around in the casino. They had no intentions of going any further in the game. They just wanted to play in Casino Night Zone, and I can't blame them. But the controls, they're slippery, they're smooth, they're crisp, they're tight, they're everything awesome. 5 out of 5. I can't think of any flaws in Sonic other than the way he moves going up hills when standing, which is easily corrected by pointing down and doing a spin dash to get out of. Something Sonic 1 can't say the same of, but that was something they fixed in this version. So I think the controls are absolutely fantastic. He doesn't even go too quick because he starts off relatively slow. If you want to go fast from a standstill, it's spin dash. If you start with a run, it's a slow progression right from the get-go, which gives him that added control. And its fun factor, come on, it's Sonic the fucking Hedgehog 2. It's one of the best video games ever made. Like, I put it up there with Super Mario 3, Mario 2 even. Mario 2's awesome. Super Mario World. I've never played Link to the Past, but it looks amazing. I think it deserves the mention of being greatest game of all time. Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. Even the original Super Mario. It is one of those amazing, perfect games that is really stand out with many of those titles I mentioned. We could even go more modern with like Metal Gear Solid for PS1. You know, I would say GoldenEye as well, even though it hasn't held up all that well. What it did in its time, it was enormous, and it'll never be forgotten for that. So it's iconic, just like this. There are few games that just reach that amazing status of just household name. This is a household name game. It really is. Even for people who are younger, have had this game shoved down their throat, and I'm glad it's been shoved down their throat, because they probably ignored it over and over and over, and finally they were just like, all right, fine, I'll get this on the PS4 then, you know? I'll play Sonic 2, and then they play it and they probably love it. How can you not? What is there not to love about this game? I don't know. If there's someone who doesn't like Sonic 2, please step forward. Jump in the comment sections. Let me know your reasons why, because I am just at a loss for words on what someone could not enjoy about this game. Okay, perhaps it's too easy. The levels are not necessarily meant to be played fast, so people couldn't even critique it and say it just sort of pulls you along. Yes, there are many points in the game, especially in Emerald Hill Zone, of course, where you just do a spin dash and you can just blast through like a maniac, and it requires no skill, no thinking whatsoever to get the level done. But the majority of the game is not like that. Even Casino Night has those moments. But as you get deeper in the game, it's anything but that. Much like Sonic 1, to really succeed, you got to slow down and take your time. You know, there are masters of the game who know the fast, perfect route. And I love that this game has a fast, perfect route. I know some of those paths and some of those parts. And I would love to see someone do a flawless no-death run of the fastest possible line where you run, bounce, jump off of every enemy so perfect and so flawless. But that's a hard line to stick to and find. So generally speaking, if I were to give someone advice on how to be good at a Sonic game, it's take your time. Just don't hold the D-pad crushing forward. This is actually a better boss, by the way. Robotnik actually puts up a good fight there. He'll give some people a little bit of run for their money, especially compared to some of the forms he shows up as. Robotnik really is a bum. Now it's time for possibly my favorite all-time zone. If there is a zone that needs to come back to the Sonic series, it's Hilltop Zone. Don't know why they didn't call it Mountaintop Zone. You know, it looks like it's much more than a hill, Sega. It looks like you're in, like, Tibet, above the clouds. It's quite the hill. Anyways, the colors in this level are just brilliant. I like the idea of blue for the soil or earth there. It's as if you're so high that it's like frigid ice and snow. But yet it's, an Arctic area in summertime because there's still grass growing. It's just, I don't know, it's brilliant. It just looks beautiful. I love those trees. I really love the music in this level. It's so corny. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, I guess you're just moving through like a volcano even. I don't know. I don't need to try to find sense for this level. Like, why are there robot dinosaurs? Did Robotnik make these things and bring them and put them here? Did he literally fly or have a crew of people bring in these robots and drop them off? Because he's the one roboticizing all the animals into robots. Like, really, like, get a life, bud. Who does that? You know, even Hitler loved animals. Does that make Robotnik worse than Hitler? Yes, this is where this No Death Run game review is going. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you think I suck at Sonic 2 and No Death Runs are fucking gay, give me a thumbs down. The interaction's all gravy, baby. Anyways, there's level 1 done of Hilltop Zone. See, 6 coins shy of Free Man. I would have took that time if I wasn't going for a no death run. Here's another time where I go the top route. There's a few times. I do it in Oil Ocean. I do it in Mystic Caves, I do it in Hilltop Zone, and I do it in Aquatic Ruin Zone, are the only ones that I know for sure that I do. Metropolis Zone, by the way, has many multiple paths. Something I really like, and it quite adds a lot of replay value to this game. Oh, shit. See, I wasn't even at the highest tier of this level, and I still fell down so far that there were still areas to explore and search. I like how Sonic gives a time limit of 10 minutes. It's like, you know, shout out to Megan Dan, because there was a time when I discussed this with him about time in video games, and how Sonic got it right. Because time in video games is really stupid, unless there's a bomb that you need to disarm, or, you know, you're really in a mad dash to get somewhere to save someone. Time's a little bit annoying, and Sonic gives you 10 bloody minutes to search around and explore, and at that point they take a life from you, and I think it's just, because it's like, hey, you've been clowning around for 10 minutes, okay? Get a move on. You do have a goal. You do have a task. In this case, you gotta get to the end and find and, I guess, defeat Robotnik, right? Because he's an asshole who turns animals into robots. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I just love this level. Riding down these stupid little things, running from the lava, the look, the color. This was actually a surprisingly close call. This could have gone bad. I spot that ring, and I'm like, I got to get that ring. Just better be safe than sorry, because it allows me to just sort of jump, throw caution to the wind there, take an extra hit, you know, do that big spin dash jump. That's a good move, by the way. When you use a spin dash combined with almost an insta jump, it gives Sonic a very, very far distance jump. Alright, so as we come to the other boss here, above the clouds, looking at other mountains in the background, this boss done correctly is pretty easy. Even if you fall in the lava afterwards, which I think I do, yeah, it doesn't much matter at that point. You can just juggle yourself and get the W. Another extremely hype, awesome level, and one possibly to make the top 3. If Chemical Plant and Hilltop Zone are my favorites, then this one's possibly my 3rd favorite. This is a beautiful level. Again, I'm going to talk about the colors. See, look at the difference. They just went from a nice, bright blue with some subtle greens to this dark, but still popping purple in the background. It just looks fucking brilliant. This game is fantastic. Yeah, and I guess it's time to mention music for, I guess, the 3rd time now. Great music in this level. And what I like about the music in this level is now it's letting you know things are getting a little more serious. I understand I'm running around and the music at this point in time is the stupid invincibility music, but the eeriness, the darkness that this level creates with this music lets you know that things are getting harder and more challenging, and that you need to be on your toes that much more. And you really do. This level is home to a few pit deaths, which are always horrible, and several areas where you can be crushed. And the enemies start getting more aggressive and more accurate and more well placed. Yeah, for some reason I just got the thought of playing 2-player in this game, which really isn't the best experience. And I'm not talking 2-player where someone uses tails. Again, that's pretty cool, and I want to see somebody do a crisp, clean playthrough where 2 people make it look good and keep tails intact. But I'm talking about the racing mode, which isn't terrible, but I remember playing with my sister, and it was always fun racing, and this was obviously one of the harder of 4 levels that they offered in that actual 2-player racing mode, which was still, hey, it was extra added content to the video game, which was more added replay value, and I'm glad they offered it. It was certainly better than not including it. Now, I will say that this is definitely my favorite no-death run so far. Sonic 1's definitely up there, and that just comes from a biasness of loving Sonic games that much. Are they my hardest? Fuck no. Jurassic Park was harder. Diablo definitely took more time and more care and more effort, more opportunities to be clutch, being a 6.5-hour playthrough. Obviously, Earthworm Jim 2 would be harder to do, but I don't even care that it wasn't that hard. You know, I have a good amount of Sonic experience that certainly helped it out. Like, if someone was going into Sonic blind, they're going to have a horrible time, and it's just probably never going to happen. And again, I do consider Sonic 2 a fairly goddamn easy game, but I like that about it. Much like the Donkey Kong Country games, just because they're easy doesn't mean they're not awesome. They are, and they still pose their challenge. For example, one could argue that Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 are like really hard games, because to get the proper ending, you have to get all the emeralds. And doing it in Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 is actually pretty tough, especially Sonic 1 for that matter. So does that make Sonic 1 hard? Kind of does, actually. Now, an old friend of mine used to say that he didn't like that was what, you know, gave the good ending. And it's just more of a peace of mind thing. It's not that that's the good ending required, and I don't even go for the emeralds in this playthrough. I could care less in this playthrough. I'm going for a no death run. I've gotten the emeralds in this game, and it's fun. Half Pipe is wicked and has some of the best music in the whole damn game, and I don't even take that trip once in this playthrough for obvious reasons. It's not my goal. But getting the emeralds in this game make it that much better, and they even reward you with an awesome power-up of Golden Sonic. Like, how amazing is that? But how amazing is Oil Ocean? It's not. It's fucking horrible. I hate those flying seahorses. They're obnoxious as fuck, and I own them in this playthrough, too. I fucked those seahorses up, as I just showed 2 what's up. And those little, like, blowfish, you know, there again, not today, motherfucker. That was a close call, too. I hate these things. This level sucks ass. It looks great, though. And again, coming from the dark caverns, now with these popping like yellowy oranges in the background, they just really know how to mix it up from one stage to the next. And again, I will say that this level's a bitch. This level's a pain in the ass. Its music is fitting, but not the best. Just fuck Oil Ocean altogether. Straight up. Fuck Oil Ocean. And it's not even hard. It was just hard when I was a kid. And it still poses a challenge. I obviously didn't get my no death run in my first try, and one of my deaths did come on Oil Ocean, so it certainly lives up to its name of being one of the harder levels. Like I mentioned in Mystic's Caves, where its music shows you that progression and getting harder, Oil Ocean continues that trend right into Metropolis Zone. So much for me kicking those seahorses' ass. Like I kind of got, punked twice in a row there. Okay, if you can think of another game where the sound it makes for a free man is more rewarding than Sonic the Hedgehog 2, let me know in the comments immediately. Like, listen to that. It's triumphant. It's like celebrating the free man. Bum ba da dum 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 dum. Like, it's really like, whoa, they're making this a spectacle here. This free man here it's getting its recognition in all its glory. I know I'm being ridiculous, but it's true. That is one triumphant free man sound. One thing I can't stand when people try to criticize Sonic is when they say that, oh, Sonic's fast, but you gotta play the levels slow. Like, honestly, if you're one of those people, go into the mirror, or even just get out your camera, hit record, smack yourself in the face, send it to me, and then I'll you can say, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you're watching Alpha Nerd Entertainment. Smack yourself in the face and send me that clip. Because video games are meant to take your time. Being defensive in a video game is something you're supposed to do. A game doesn't want you to rush through like a maniac. Boss fights, they don't want you to play to them super aggressive. You're supposed to find patterns. You're supposed to be wary of what's coming up ahead. So yeah, just because Sonic has the ability to go fast, and there is that elusive fast route where you can perform the levels in a super fast way. Shout out to Garrett Spencer for playing Sonic 1 that way. There is no one in the community that can play Sonic 1 better and faster and make it look great than Garrett Spencer. He does it phenomenal. So you can do it. But ideally, you're going to want to take your time and pay attention to what's coming up. So I really hate when people critique Sonic games for having to take your time and say the same way you would in a Castlevania game, or in any hard game for that matter. Even though this game isn't hard, they still ask of you not to run forward like a maniac. In some cases you can, and you're supposed to identify which times you can fly on ahead and other times you gotta kind of have some caution. Music's still awesome in this level as well. Okay, so this boss fight is just another easy boss fight and an otherwise easy game, but when bouncing down there, if you're not careful, you can get sucked into the oil and take a quick, cheap death. Goodbye, Oil Ocean. Moving on to probably the hardest zone in the entire game. Metropolis Zone is a pain in the ass. So much so that they decided to give you a third bloody act. Definitely in my top 3 favorite songs of all the levels in the game. It's corny, it's derpy, it makes me laugh, but most importantly, it makes me smile, and it gets my head bobbing. Metropolis may suck, but its music is fucking hilarious and awesome. Not sure something I would want to do, maybe down the road to challenge myself. See, again, I was attempting to go the high route there, but hey, whatever, I've slipped and fell. I can still keep moving forward. But what I was saying is maybe one day I'll attempt a no-hit run. And Metropolis Zone is going to be the bane of my existence. This level has some very smart, well-placed enemies. And some just horrible enemies. From the starfish that shoot off in all directions. The crabs are not to be fucked with. They are in the right place, protecting a very particular spot very well with their dumb punch. Jumping on their back is a pain in the ass. You got to be like a little bit far to the left or right depending where they're standing. The praying mantis with their boomerang arms are just always in the right place at the right time. The enemies in this level fucking suck. I don't know, as I sit here and listen, and I was just letting the tape roll, so to speak, I'm listening to the music in this level, I'm like, fuck, I don't know, this might be my favorite music in the whole damn game. Well, 1 in the books, 2 more to go for Metropolis Zone. You know, like I said, after this, if I were to do any more with Sonic 2 before I like completely retire this game and hang it up for good. Like, I remember back in 2015 when I beat this game, I was like, yeah, you know, I think I'm done with it. I did the same thing with Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. And I said, you know what, I think I'm done with these games. I beat them enough times that I think I can let them rest. And the crazy thing is now that I'm a YouTuber, they're still awesome. And this crab is horrible. I have to power through them if I can't accurately get past them. Just power through them quick, too. This level just comes out like a fucking bat out of hell, man. This level sucks. That crab actually took one of my playthroughs. Yeah, which kind of sucked, I'm not going to lie. But it is what it is. Oh, yeah, but more rambling, pointless commentary. One, I want to do a no-hit run. Again, I don't care. It's not like, you know, I can die and not fucking do it. It's not like I have to do it to achieve my life purpose, you know. If I want to challenge myself and have more fun with Sonic 2, I can always go for a no-hit run, which would be horrible and it would take forever. I'd rather see my one buddy Dylan do it because he is much more defensive than me by nature. And he's also very good at this game. And if I were to ever have a guest, maybe I'd get him attempting the no-hit run. Because I honestly think he has a way better chance of performing it than me for sure. But something else I would definitely will do will be a no-death run getting all emeralds as well. Which will actually be easier, but more fun as well. It will take longer, obviously. And I'll have to remaster all the half pipes, but that's actually fun. And I gotta say, this was a fun no-death run. Now, I won't keep doing no-death runs if they piss me off and I'm not having fun. I think I got this on my 4th or 5th try. And one of them really fucking grinded my gears. The one when I died in Oil Ocean. So I'm not going to do something, again, if it doesn't come easy and I'm not having fun. I had a lot of fun with this. And even though I failed a couple of times, I didn't mind picking it back up.
That's fucking bullshit.
Because in all seriousness, gaming should be about having fun. Even sports. You know, I'm very competitive in a lot of things in life. And sports is something you're supposed to be competitive in because there is a goal in mind of winning. But even in sports, it's more important to have fun before anything at all. Like when teachers and coaches say that to kids, they're not just saying that to be lame. It's the truth. If you're not going to have fun, then don't even do it. And when it comes to gaming, that has to be at the front of what everyone's doing. If at any time you're getting super angry, you gotta walk away. Now sometimes that can be difficult because you don't want to admit defeat, and if you're a stubborn person, I would say learn not to be stubborn, because, you know, being stubborn like a mule or a donkey isn't the best thing in the world. Being thick-headed is not something to be proud of. You know, I remember one of my buddies, who also has Scottish background, as do I, was like, oh, I'm a stubborn Scotsman and I don't give a shit. I'm like, well, dude, you know, like, that's not the best thing in the world, to be that stubborn that you're just going to be a bullheaded moron, right? So, anyways, I'm rambling now. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm having a lot of fun doing the no death runs for games that I kind of want to do it for, and Sonic 2 was definitely on that list. But I gotta have fun if I'm gonna keep doing it, and the problem is I'm gonna run out of games real quick. There's only so many games that I want to no death run. There's only so many games I'm willing to put up that patience with. And there's so many games I'm actually capable of doing it to. So at some point, it's just going to have to start reviewing games. But, you know, I enjoy the commentary to the ones that I will get done. And yeah, I was a little careless jumping into this part here in Metropolis. This bloody level, man. Fuck this level. Well, I don't know. I've run out of things to do commentary for. Yeah, you got to be mindful of those things that crush you. You just got to be mindful of just about everything. You know, Sonic games are probably the most fair video games ever made. Mario games are also very fair. But Sonic is so fair. Like, you know, you carry some rings. He's basically immortal as long as he's obtaining a ring. You know what I mean? Other than drowning or being crushed, he's pretty invincible. And they give you so many opportunities for mistakes, which is why a no-hit run would be absolutely amazing and a work of art. That I honestly think a no-hit run of any Sonic game is truly a work of art. Not just because you're not getting hit, because like the game is designed to hit you. There is just traps lurking around every corner. Again, it's fair enough to give you the ability to grab another ring and keep pressing forward, which why in some spots, even my strategy was to muscle through something you couldn't do in a no-hit run. But I don't know, like, I just like that even though the game's considered easy, essentially it's one of the harder ones out there, really, if you look at it like that. Like, if you turn off the built-in easy mode and you challenge yourself to like a no-hit run, or, you know, like getting a shield or whatever, that wouldn't count as a hit. I'm lucky I landed on the ledge right there. If I would have fell back down, I would have been fucked, and I knew it too when I was playing. I was pushing hard to the left, just praying. I'm like, come on, land on the left, because that spot has killed me many times in my life, because you lose all your rings, and then you backtrack, you can't really find any, and then you gotta bounce up uncontrollably up that bullshit to a stupid praying mantis that will spawn new, like, arms the further you get away. Like, it's a bullshit spot.
Fucking creatures are horrible. Time to get ready to use player 2.
I'm a little bit ahead of myself there when I say get ready to use player 2, because I'm not quite at the end of the level. But what I'm talking about is I have no problem with it. I have player 2 controller plugged in and sitting next to me, because Metropolis' boss is actually pretty tough. And well, one of those things about Tails is he is immortal. Tails he doesn't die. He's like Kenny from South Park. And he's great, and he's very, very useful, that's why I brought him through. If you're going for all the emeralds, turn Tails off. He'll screw you in the half pipe. Do Sonic only. But if you're looking to play the game all the way through, use Tails. He's really useful. Even as the computer helping, he'll get the occasional hit off. He'll collect rings for you. Even the computer will collect rings for you and hit the boss. And the computer AI is obviously not very good, so a friend will do wonders. So what I do is I tuck Sonic in the right corner and kind of put Tails in front of him, and I do all the work with Tails. I guess someone could call it cheating, but like, fuck off. You know, I'm using the controller. Like, I'm not allowed to use controller 2. You know, like, come on, get real. It's kind of cheating. Like, it is kind of cheating, but it's not. It's just, it's outsmarting the game. Whatever. You know, he's a tricky little boss. And like, there, I had a shield, too. I even brought Sonic a shield. I made sure. I was very careful to bring that shield, just in case I got hit, too. Because I'm pretty vulnerable. Like, my Player 1 controller's just sitting on the ground right now. And I'm holding Player 2 and doing all the work with Tails, because why the hell not?
Glorious job, Tails. You're the best. Don't let anyone say you are not useful in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because you are. You were in the wrong place, Tails, but well done.
Oh, Sky Chase Zone. I'm glad it's only one zone. This level pisses me off. I don't know, this is where I really started to get nervous because, you know, I've had a lot of fall deaths in this level. Little accidental mistakes. It's just like, I guess it's one of those zones I just suck at. So I had to be on my toes a little bit for this one. I can't stand this zone. I take quite a few lumps as well. I do want to take the time to talk about this level's music. Now, is it good? Not really. Is it fitting? Perfect. Absolute art. Let me explain why. As you fly in here with this very peaceful sounding music, it's like the calm before the storm. And that's exactly what this level is. The weather's nice, blue skies, the sun is shining, the music is just, everything's a little too just peachy, right? Because you're coming into hell, you're coming to the Wing Fortress zone where its music absolutely ramps it up tenfold and lets you know that you're coming to the end of the game. It's it's just so good. Like, that's the subtle nuance of genius people. Here I'm in a dangerous spot here, sitting with no rings. I hate this level. Pain in the ass.
Get off here, Sonic.
I also like how this is the end of the story for Tails too. You know what I mean? He's just as a sidekick. He's flying me up in the plane. He just served his biggest purpose in the entire game in Metropolis Zone, and now he's taking me where I gotta go to leave me to finish the job. It's just, again, like I said, with you think about Super Mario World, the original Zelda, Super Metroid, Mario World, just Mario 64, Donkey Kong Country, I don't know, Mass Effect 1, Uncharted 2,
whatever.
Grand Theft Auto 4. You think of some of the greatest games ever made. This game has to be up there. Wing Fortress Zone, time for shit to get real. Yeah, this music does exactly what I mentioned. It really builds up and lets you know that things are getting fucking serious. This is a tricky spot too. I've died here many times throughout my life, and I was a little concerned with the hopping here, but I just tried to remain calm. And look how close it is, man. It seems like it's just like razor thin, but you know, I got through. I did the job. This level's badass too. I remember the first time I got here as a kid, and getting here made me wanted to keep playing the game because I just loved playing this level. Like, I just thought it was the best thing ever. Like, it was hard. It wasn't brutally hard, but it was just an awesome, very likable level. And in fact, it's very possible of being one of my favorite levels in the game. Again, like Chemical Plant, Hilltop Zone, and, you know, are definitely my two favorites, but this is possibly a notable mention to say the least. One thing I just had a thought of, I skipped on a free man there. Once you get to the top of the airship here and you go to the left and climb up, there's a free man. One thing I really like about no death runs, believe it or not, because you wouldn't think you'd like much about them, One of the things I love is not going off the beaten path and collecting every free man. In this case, not caring about getting 100 rings or 100 coins in Mario, because the free man doesn't matter. So in some ways, I think it makes you play better because it keeps you on point from what you're supposed to do, which is just get through the level. Sometimes clowning around and searching in other places can get you killed. It really can. And in this case, when you're just so focused on getting to the goal, there is no just searching around like a damn fool and getting yourself into trouble. Another tricky little spot here that could have ended poorly, but I don't know, I've done it enough times that, you know, I'm well ahead of schedule there of those things falling and disappearing. I do really, really bad at this boss. Like, I'm embarrassed too, because I actually had to do it one other time, because I had one run. I had one run where I died in Metropolis Zone, and I said for practice I'll just continue the playthrough. And I came here and I absolutely destroyed this boss with just absolute style and grace. And of course that was on a losing run, right? Now when I actually got here, I just play like shit.
Grab a fucking ring, dude! Pussy shit. On my part.
If you're wondering what I said there, I said pussy shit, referring to myself playing like a bitch or playing like a pussy. Like, I don't know why I even said that, but it was like, I don't know, I played soft, I played scared because I was getting nervous. And, you know, going into the Death Egg Zone, I was actually a bit nervous that the stupid Metal Sonic was going to kill me because I'm really good at destroying the Metal Hedgehog. But, you know, sometimes you make mistakes when you least expected. I murked the Metal Hedgehog. But again, Robotnik is something to always fear because the slight jump off and it just those stupid fingers, those fingers, they'll fuck you. The fingers will fuck you. Okay, so quickly I'm just going to talk about how morbid and awesome Death Egg's music is if you stand there and leave it in this hallway. As soon as you enter it, the music actually changes into the boss music, which kind of sucks. But here, let's watch me murk the Metal Hedgehog. Like a boss. I remember when that thing was hard. When we first got here, my family, even my dad included, because my dad beat this game before me for obvious reasons, because he was an adult and he was better at games. So I learned from my dad, and even when we first got this game, you know, like I was very intimidated by this whole level because you had no rings. Because up until this point, I was really dependent on the rings because the game gave me the ability to go in with them and take a hit and grab a ring, take a hit and grab a ring. You know, it gives you a lot of leeway. It's extremely fair. So coming here with no rings blew my mind as a kid. I thought, how could you do this? What the hell are you doing, game? And I'm so glad that they did, because it's like the game holds your hand for the majority of the game. They do a slow progression, making it harder when you get to like Mystic Cave Zone and on, but it's still all very manageable. Now here, they're like, just do it. It's on you. Be careful. It's very straightforward. And something told me to stop doing that particular attack. I do it once, maybe twice more, because that's a very risky jump. Now, I've got 7 hits in a row before when I'm playing aggressive, but I was in no position to play aggressive here, and something told me to say, take your time and get this easy shot and that easy shot only, and accept just that. You got 9 minutes left, 8.5. Just take your time and get it done, because I did not want to die here. And see, I stop. I don't even go for the hit. I figured, what's the point of doing it and dying when I can get the easy hit? And even though it takes a while and it doesn't look as good, I did not want to play all the way to this point again. Fuck that. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching my no death run of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Let me know if it's one of your favorite games of all time. I really want to know. Like I said, I mentioned a few people like Maverick and Camille Plays who really love Sonic. Retro Bro. Like, I know for sure all 3 of those people love Sonic and grew up with Sonic. I'm pretty sure even Mega Dan's a big fan of Sonic. He has quite a few t-shirts. I've seen him in his videos. So shout out to Mega Dan. I'm pretty sure he's a Sonic fan. Garrett Spencer, I mentioned him. He's definitely a Sonic fan. And I think many more of you are Sonic fans. And if you've never played Sonic 2, if you watch my channel and you've never played Sonic 2 and you're a gamer, and even if you're not a retro gamer and you've always had an interest, this is one of the best places you can possibly start with retro video games. Thanks for watching. Oh, hey, you still watching? Yeah, this fucking guy takes so many hits. I don't remember how many is. It might be 18. I don't remember. It might be 20. It might be 16. If you know, let me know in the comments how many fucking hits Eggman takes. Dr. Robotnik and this giant metal fucking machine, man. It feels like I'm taking my time here. Better play it safe than get sorry, right, and screw up. But damn, does he take a lot of hits. I might as well still narrate. This is another perfect example of a game that can be played very quickly. But again, they put you in a situation where it's best to take it slow. That is literally the biggest advice I can give to anyone who ever wants to get good at Sonic games. It's not a rush, it's not a race, you're not doing a speed run. Take your time. I think I'm 2 hits away from getting this done. So now I'll say, thanks for watching. And any commentary that comes after is when I was actually playing the game.
Well, that is one that I had to do. Being a Genesis guy, and this being in my guaranteed top 10 favorite games of all time, one I knew I had to do was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Thanks for watching. Oh man, I am not gonna lie. There was pretty much from Oil Ocean on, I got a little bit more nervous every level it went. And around Wing Fortress Zone, it got pretty bad. I won't lie. Death Egg was horrible during Robotnik until I decided to just take it slow and steady. Flying into Wing Fortress was pretty anxiety filled as well. Metropolis included. Oh, great game, one of my favorites. Yeah, definitely had to do that one as a no death run. I really had to. And when I do the commentary afterwards, I'll have fun talking about some of the levels, just some of what the game has to offer, what it meant in the history of gaming. I'm sure I'll talk about a little bit all of that. Damn. That's awesome. So Sonic 1 done, Sonic 2 done. No hurry, but Sonic 3 and Sonic 3 and Knuckles is something that maybe I'll do down the road. Sonic 3 and Knuckles would be pretty tough. That would be pretty tough. Sonic 3 is about as easy as Sonic 1. I don't know what was harder, Sonic 1 or Sonic 2. Pretty even. Pretty even. Overall, like, I don't know, not bad, but again, manageable. Very manageable. Won't kill myself to do it. Thanks for watching. Gonna let the credits roll.